Vibes fans, welcome to episode 23 of the Road to 2022 Special Olympics USA Games, a special series on my podcast, The Good Vibe Show, by me, Jerry Hoy, part of the Special Chronicles Network. So obviously, I know it's been a few weeks since my last episode, obviously, folks. This is going to be the second to, actually, it's the second to last, because technically episode 24 will happen in May, and then I'll have a whole recap episode, which will be episode 25 on USA Games. I'm going to try and do a little live streaming at USA Games as well during the events of everything. So, but anyway, I just want to keep you posted on that. So, the good news on this episode for episode 23 is it's oddly, I've just finished up my last swim meet up at George Mason. Did very well, actually. Set a lot of personal best there. Surprisingly, I actually broke the 1 minute 40 barrier in 100-yard breaststroke with a time of 1 minute 39.96 seconds. I broke the 35 second barrier in 50-yard breast, which my time was 43.77 seconds. Could be a little off there. And 100-yard freestyle, didn't really. I broke 135 second barrier, which is actually far better than what I've done in the past, and it was like 1 minute 34.88 seconds. So that is pretty impressive to be able to do all that and actually have a very good meet. And oddly enough, also the same meet, we also got our Team Virginia gear somewhere in my Team Virginia hat here. Obviously, I probably might wear one other piece in episode 24, and then probably something in episode 25 as well. So, but obviously, I'm just showing off a piece of the wear because I'm not supposed to show off all of it, obviously, as you can tell. But I'm loving what I got so far for gear wise, and everything's gone well and everything and such. And it's just impressive what I've gotten out of this so far, all these training sessions and everything. And right now, my training sessions have been more now going into sprint train, which I'm not to say like I really don't want to do, but honestly, it's to keep me up in shape because I actually officially do have a preliminary schedule of what I'm doing at USA Games. So basically, and this is how I'm going to summarize. I'm swimming 4 of the 5 days down during competition. So the put in order is June 7th, which is the second day of competition, which is a Tuesday. I swim in the preliminary for the 4x50 medley yard relay. The following day, which is the 8th, which is a Wednesday, I swim my 100-yard breaststroke preliminary. And then I swim in the 4x50 medley relay final, time final as they call it officially in the app. And then obviously the next following that, on Thursday, the 9th, I have my 100-yard freestyle preliminary. And then I have my 100-yard breaststroke time final, as you can see. And then the last day, which is the 10th, which is the Friday, I swim in the 100-yard freestyle time final. So, like, literally, it's going to be a fun 4 days down there. Obviously, I only have 1 day of not being in the pool, which is I'm okay with, because it allows me to relax a little and such. But also, in the USA Games Step Challenge, I've already surpassed the 7 million step mark. Right now, there's someone ahead of me, but I wouldn't say they're officially ahead. They're checking. I think there's going to be an audit on it because I've had communications with the people on the end of it. But I'm like, the step challenge has gone well. Team Virginia's on top of there. I'm going to probably end up being on top. If I'm not, I'm okay being top 10 still, but I'd rather finish on top. It's my mentality to have Virginia to complete a first ever top spot sweep in both competitions. But right now, it's literally, we're in week 16 right now. But by the time this episode drops, it'll be week 17, and that means like 4 more weeks to go in the challenge, and it's going to be hard pressed who's going to finish up. And it's just impressive to see how this challenge has gone, but it's just looking at all this time going up to games, because games, by the time this episode drops, we're going to be close to maybe 35 days out, give or take. I think by sometime by the Mother's Day weekend, it will be officially 30 days out, which is insane to think about, but I think it's going to be May 6th, I believe it's officially marking 30 days out, I believe. My math could be off, I'm not 100% sure, but math, obviously, folks. So, but to be honest, it's all good and such. And I'm just looking forward to competing at games. And I know I actually also just finished up my interview process with Rich Wolf, who's also a Unified partner in our Team Virginia delegation for Unified Golf, with his son Jonathan. So it's gonna be fun to see how that article came out and such. And it's just so impressive. But all in all, I'm looking forward to competing at USA Games. I know it seems like 30 somewhat days isn't not long. Like, it'll be gone in a minute, and then I'm already gonna be down in the hotel going going in and such. But another fun thing I should actually note is the swim team was selected to fly on the Special Olympics airlift. So we're flying on a private jet to and from. So that's gonna be fun, obviously. And I'm like, cool. I'm gonna enjoy it. And obviously, you want to know my reaction to it was that literally, because literally my jaw dropped. When I heard it, I was silent, basically. So, but I did want to remind you guys from this sponsor from our great sponsor, the Special Chronicles Network. So here we go. The Good Vibes Show is proud to be featured on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to also subscribe to the newsletter and find the podcast page for this podcast, The Good Vibes Show, by me, Jerry Holy. If you love The Good Vibes Show, then you'll love the other podcast on the Special Chronicles Network. SpecialChronicles.com for links to subscribe to our podcast, newsletter, and to follow us on social media. And to support the podcast on Special Chronicles so we continue our mission of giving respect and place to people with special needs, visit specialchronicles.com/give to make a gift today. And obviously, I want to note right now behind you folks is actually a custom background I made with the H2O Wizards logo, our front logo, and obviously our back logo, which is the official logo. So that's something cool to know that I did that as well. That's what's been in this episode. But just a reminder for all you Good Vibes fans is to remember to follow the Good Vibes Show on Instagram at Good Vibes by JH. Facebook, facebook.com/Good Vibes by JH. Also, subscribe to the Good Vibes Show by Jerry Holy on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm slowly inching to 350 listens. I'm hoping to get to 500 by the end of the year. Who knows? But maybe this episode might bring me 10 or so listens. But I thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time for episode 24 of the series. And that would be the final episode before I go to the USA Games, everyone. So, peace out, everyone. Blah, and have a great rest of your time, everyone. And hope all those who are preparing for USA Games, hope your preparations are going well. And I wish you the best of luck in those preparations and final training things. Bye, everyone.